Alright, so the Iran-Israel conflict. Two countries, thousands of kilometers apart from most of us, but their actions? They ripple across the globe. Let's talk about how this ongoing tension is sending shockwaves around the world, and especially how it's hitting India and a bunch of other countries. First off, whenever Iran and Israel face off, the price of oil usually gets a jolt. Why? Iran controls a chunk of the world's oil, and any threat in that region, think blockades or attacks on shipping lanes, makes markets super nervous. India is the world's third largest oil consumer, so a spike in prices hits right at our wallets. Higher fuel prices mean everything else. Transport, food, manufacturing gets more expensive. But it's not just about oil. India also has a huge population living and working in the Middle East. Any escalation, like airstrikes, missile launches, or threats to civilian safety, puts millions at risk. If tensions boil over, you might see a rush of people coming back home, and that can shake up India's economy, especially with remittances dropping. Let's zoom out. Europe? They're already scrambling. With the Russia-Ukraine war, Europe started depending more on Middle Eastern energy. If Iran and Israel go at it, and oil prices swing up or supply drops, Europeans face another round of energy headaches and possible rationing. Then, there's China. China buys a ton of oil from Iran. If the conflict gets worse, sanctions might get tighter. China is forced to look elsewhere, which means bidding wars and, again, higher prices for everyone. The United States? They've got military bases and allies throughout the region. Every time there's a flare-up, the US gets pulled in, either with naval patrols, diplomatic juggling, or even sending troops. American voters feel it every time gas prices tick up or their government spends more on defense. And guess what? Global supply chains? Shaky as ever. The region is a highway for ships carrying goods between Asia, Europe, and Africa. Even a small conflict can delay shipments or hike up insurance, making your next smartphone, car, or even groceries pricier. So what's the bottom line? A fight between Iran and Israel doesn't just stay in the Middle East. It messes with energy prices, endangers workers, rattles economies, and complicates global politics. For India and many other countries, it's a delicate balancing act, keeping trade running, citizens safe, and inflation in check. In a world disconnected, a distant conflict can feel pretty close to home. Something worth watching and understanding every time you fill up your tank or check the news.